They are the future of our sport, some of the top youth bowlers Metro Detroit has to offer. Teammates representing their local bowling center out to prove who's best. Varying in ages and experience, but all here for the drive of competition and love of the game. The Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge Trophy is on the line as 8 teams compete in a bowling battle that will leave only one team standing and victorious. 2 teams, 1 elimination match. The battle begins right now from the bowling capital of the world. Welcome to the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Welcome everyone to beautiful Merri Bowl in Livonia for continuing action of our 2018 Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. I'm Mark Martin and I'm excited that you're joining me for this very special series of episodes. Now, as we all know, these young bowlers represent the future of our sport and our future couldn't look brighter. So here's how our challenge works. We're watching hand-picked youth teams, each representing a specific bowling center, going head-to-head in single-game elimination matches. Now the 4 winning teams will then square off until only 2 teams remain in the final match. And at the end of that battle, the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge champion will be crowned. Now our host center for all this bowling action is Merri Bowl in Livonia. So why don't you come on out and experience this friendly, clean, and state-of-the-art bowling center for yourself sometime. And make sure to tell them Bowling Showcase sent you. Now on with the show. So we started the challenge with 8 teams competing. Century Bowl, 2017 champion Cherry Hill Lanes North, 5-Star Lanes, defending champion Oak Lanes, Thunderbowl Lanes, Woodland Lanes, and the home team Merri Bowl, all going head-to-head in Baker format. Now at the end of the match, our winning team will move into the semifinal round and await the winners from the other first-round matches. So we start with 8 teams, then 4, then 2, and finally a champion will be crowned. Today's first round matchup features Woodland Lanes hitting the lanes against crosstown rivals Merri Bowl. Both these teams fighting for bragging rights and to move on into the competition. Should be great. So joining me today to help bring you all the action and expert analysis is Hall of Fame bowler Sandy SCHULTZ. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the start of the match right here on Bowling Showcase.
A lot of professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. My name is Rich Glum, Managing Partner of Merri Bowl Lanes. And on behalf of my entire team, we're excited to host this year's 2018 Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. It's at this time we like to turn it over to Mark Martin in the Metro Detroit USBC. Take it away, Mark!
Okay, here we are at the third week of round one of the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge here at Merri Bowl. Thanks to Rich Glome, the proprietor here, and his staff. They've done a great job. Here with me is Sandy Schultz. Sandy, we got a great match today. We've got the Woodland Lanes team against the Pin Crushers of Merri Bowl, crosstown rivals here.
Yes, this will be fun. It'll be a lot of fun and a lot of excitement.
You know, we had a great match last week, and so the teams today will advance to the semifinals also. One team will. I shouldn't say teams. The one team will. So up for Woodland Lanes on lane 5 is the leadoff bowler, Montaya Walton. Montaya is a senior at Renaissance High School. High average 193 for Coach Charles Kane.
Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot. She threw it. She hit the pocket. She's going to shoot the corner pin with her spare ball so that it doesn't hook, and it makes it a little bit easier to make.
She's only been bowling 3 years, but she made it to junior gold this past year in Dallas.
Good job.
Hangs on and
perfect.
Good cover. Okay, now up for the Pin Crushers from Merri Bowl, Mac Muzinski. Mac has a high average of 160. Been bowling for 4 years. Leaves the 5-pin.
5-pin is right behind the head pin, so he'll just throw a strike ball. Same target, right at the spare.
So Mac also plays travel baseball. He's an 8th grader at Holmes Middle School.
Just like that.
Easily covers for Coach Anthony Williams. Drew Delcourt up next. 185 average bowler for the Woodland Lanes team. Goes to Livonia Franklin, 11th grader. His favorite subject in school is music.
Oh.
Leaves a 5-7 split. So how would you make this one, Sandy?
You need to slide the 5-pin, which is the center pin, over into the 7-pin. So you need to move your feet to the left and try and just nick the 5-pin on the right-hand side. It's not that hard if you play it just right.
Just cut the 5-pin over there.
Oh, that's the right idea. He just didn't quite catch the 5-pin. He threw his first ball a little bit light in the pocket, and that's what causes a little bit of deflection, meaning that the ball wasn't driving into the pocket.
Okay, now up for the Pin Crushers, Micah Scott. He's a 10th grader.
Oh, what a good shot.
Wow, leaves a 4-pin.
She was riding the rail and almost onto the gutter, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it came back real nice. He left a 4-pin.
He's only been bowling for 2 years.
Wow, good for her. Some of these kids are amazing.
They are. I think they got a great program here at Merri Bowl.
They have a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
It's got a hook. Oh.
So through 2 frames, the Pin Crushers from Merri Bowl lead 28-26, have a 2-pin lead. Next up for Woodland is Ian Wright. Ian goes to Emerson Middle School. He's an 8th grader.
This really helps prepare some of these kids that want to bowl high school bowling. What a shot. Great
Strikes
shot.
by Woodland. Alex Corey now up for the Pin Crushers on lane 6. He's only been bowling for 1 year. This is only his 2nd year of bowling.
Oh.
Oops.
That was a little bit of nerves, I think. That's okay.
Oops.
He wasn't on a spare, so if he gets a spare now, it's nothing lost. It's just like getting 9 spare.
That's right. Coach Anthony Williams had a few words of encouragement for him there.
That's better. See?
Yeah, good spare.
Lost.
That's right.
Had he been on a spare, that would have been a different story. He would have lost a lot of pin count. But since they were on open from the frame before, he made a spare and it wouldn't have mattered.
Right. So
Good job.
Woodland now working on a strike. Brandon Levitt, 9th grader at Northville High School. He participated in the Junior Gold in Dallas and shot a 300 game.
Oh, good shot. There's an experience.
That was a great shot there.
Such a young kid with so much experience.
Yeah,
Some of these kids
14 years old.
Yeah.
Sean Dahl. Eighth grader at Emerson Middle School. Up on the right-hand lane.
Oh, almost carried the strike. It was a really good shot. He left the 7-pin. A little bit light in the pocket.
A bit light, but this should be a fairly easy spare for a right-handed bowler.
For a right-hander, that's correct. Move over to the right-hand side, I think, and that's what he'll do. And let it hook right on into it. Oh.
Okay, so Woodland working on a double now in the 5th frame. The coach's son is up. So Coach Charles Kane, his son Ian Kane is up. Been bowling for 11 years since the age of 3. 9th grader at Livonia Franklin High School. And math being his favorite subject.
Oh, he got lucky. He was really high on the head pin, right we call that the nose, but he caved them all in. They all fell. It's what it looks like on paper.
That's right. Not the best of shots, but like you said, Sandy, that isn't what it's all about. It's about knocking the pins down. Josh McPherson.
There you go.
There was
Good
a
shot.
strike.
Yep.
That was an important shot for the pin crushers because the 5th frame now is completed. And at the end of 5, the Woodland team is leading by 30 pins.
That's a lot of pins,
It
but
is.
you never know what's going to happen. The Woodland could come into a little bit of trouble, have bad breaks, and Merri both could come back strong. So it's still early.
Both teams working on a strike when we get to the second half of this match, right after these messages on Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge.
We have several kids that are ready to bowl in high school, and majority of them are over 200 average bowlers. Several of them have made the Junior Gold tournament for several years now. We have a pretty strong team. They are excited. Several of them have never been on camera before, so this will be a great experience for them. They all love bowling. It's in their blood. You can just see them, their camaraderie, their friendship, all revolves around the sport of bowling. They hang out together outside of league and bowl all the time. They eat, drink, and sleep it just like I do. It's going to be tough. I watched the last 2 or 3 years on YouTube, and there's some talented bowlers here in Metro Detroit. I'm excited to see what's going to happen today.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
Well, basically, we chose the bowlers that best represented the alley, either by the types of their skill levels or by their sportsmanship, and especially by their participation. We want to make sure that the people the kids that came were the ones that were putting in the time and the effort to make sure they do good. Enthusiastic. The kids have a very good approach to bowling. They love the game, they love the sport, They want to do good. They want other people to enjoy it as well. And it's all about bowling for them. Basically, for today's competition, the kids feel confident. They feel relaxed for the most part. They've done this before. They've participated in the state tournaments. They've participated in several other local tournaments. And their approach to it is it's just like if they're bowling with their friends on Saturday morning. I think our chances of winning are very good. The skill level of the kids that we have bowling today are very good. They're the best that Merri Bowl has. They're very good bowlers. At any given time, these kids can roll a 200 or even a 600 series.
Yeah, here we are back in the second half of this exciting match with Woodland Lanes coming in with a 30-pin lead. The teams have switched lanes now, and Merri Bowl pin crushers are on the left and Woodland's on the right. So what do you see so far, Sandy?
Well, both teams are on strikes, so we'll have to see how the momentum falls for the second half of the game, and we'll see who comes out on top.
That's right. So Woodland's coming up, or the pin crushers, I'm sorry, are coming up now on lane 5. Mac Muzinski, you remember back in the first frame, Mac left a 5-pin and carried it. Pin crusher's working on a strike. Mac leaves a 2-pin this time.
He just needs to move a little bit to the right, I think.
He does.
He'll make the spare. We're doing the same thing. Just a 1-pin spare, easy to make.
Max high average 160. Started bowling at the age of 10. Oh.
I see these kids practicing spares in their practice, but sometimes it's not as easy done as it is said.
Turn the lights on. Sometimes
Yeah.
things different.
And they're just children. They're just kids.
Montia Walton. Been bowling for 3 years.
Christine, your order's ready.
Nice follow through. Oh, that was a really good shot. She
That's
came a
the
little bit
4-pin.
high.
Back in the first frame, as you recall, Montia left the 10-pin and covered it. So now she's got the 4-pin in front of her.
She's lining up like she's just gonna go straight at it. No hook involved.
Hang on.
Oh.
So here we got the pin crushers up on the left-hand lane, down by 29 pins to Woodland in the 7th frame here. Micah Scott.
Good shot.
Good
there
shot.
you go. She didn't let that pressure get to her.
No, not at all. Drew Delcourt up on the right-hand lane. .185 high average.
Oh, and he answered the call with a strike of his own.
He certainly did.
Now that we're in the second half of this match, they don't look as nervous.
No, they don't. That's for sure.
They've all had 1 frame under their belt and are a little bit more relaxed.
Alex Corey now.
Oh.
You recall, that's what happened to him back in his 3rd frame.
And the last time he did it, they were on open frame. This time they're on a strike. So
it
it's
didn't
the same
hurt him either way.
situation. That's right. It doesn't matter. If he gets a spare here, it counts the same as if he would have gotten 9 spare.
That's right. So a little math lesson at home from Sandy Schultz.
That's better. Oh, that's amazing. He needs to just pretend he's always bowling the second ball.
That's right. No need to feel embarrassed about that. That happens to the best of us.
It does.
So now Ian Wright's up. Ian's favorite subject in school is science.
There's a good shot. That's a big shot.
That was a great shot there.
He hit his target, he followed through, and he carried.
That's right. Sean Dahl now up in the foundation 9th frame for the pin crushers. It's critical that they throw strikes now. Wide leaves a 2-4-10.
He can make the spare. It's a little bit of a challenge, but he just needs to slide the 2-pin into the 10-pin. The 2-pin is the one on the left on the inside. Oh, he tried. That was exactly what you needed to try to do.
Good try.
He just needed to nick that to other pin. Good try.
Okay, Brandon Levitt for the Woodland Lanes team. Up on the right-hand lane. Working on a double, Woodland is.
Oh, stubborn 7-pin. It's still wiggling.
It's a great shot by Brandon, though.
Yep.
He loves to cook, grow his own vegetables, play golf, and he's working towards being an Eagle Scout.
He has a lot of the same interests I do.
Eagle Scout?
No, all but that one.
Growing your own vegetables and cooking.
Oh.
As it turned out, it's not going to really matter. Woodland's got 170 through 9. The Merri Bowl pin crushers 129 through 9. So they have a commanding 41-pin lead. Now up. Josh McPherson's going to finish out for the pin crushers.
Oh.
Leaves a 10-pin.
Going to get a spare ball. He throws this two-handed, it looks like.
That's kind of unusual, too.
That is unusual. But he made it.
That's
it's
right.
all in it's how you make it work.
That's right.
If that's what he's comfortable with and he's able to maintain his spares.
Doesn't Belmonte throw his two-handed also, I believe?
I think so.
I think he does, yeah. Final score for the pin crushers, 148. Now Woodland's up. Looks like we've got a substitution now for Woodland Lanes. Ken Cloth Jr. is now going to bowl in the 10th frame. Ken is a 10th grader at Livonia Franklin High School and a high average of 215. He's bowled 6 300 games.
Wow. Great shot.
Now you can tell why.
Yes.
Big strike by Ken.
The Woodland team does seem to have quite a bit of experience. They don't seem as stressed, and the pressure is not quite getting to them.
True. And you know, the other thing going on with the Woodland team, Coach Charles Kane is also a college coach.
Oh, that's a big help, too.
You know, so he can kind of help them through some of those tough times.
Calm them down and...
Right. He probably did a lot of talking to them while they were practicing. So Ken's been bowling for 10 years. His favorite subject in school is math.
Oh, he got a Brooklyn. When you go opposite side.
Okay, now we're going to have a substitution in the 12th frame. So John Gefka is going to throw the 12th frame for the Woodland Lanes team.
It's good to let all the kids try and have a chance.
That's right.
Obviously, this team is going to come back in the future to bowl their next match, so this gives them a little bit more experience.
So John is a freshman at U of M Dearborn. Graduated from Livonia Churchill High School with honors. Oh, got 9. So the final score of this match, the Woodland Lanes team, the Rangers, 199. The Merri Bowl Pin Crushers, 148.
That was a good match for the Woodland team. They bowled a very good game.
It did.
Yes.
Well, Coach Kane had his team ready to go, no doubt. Coach Williams, I think he's got a young team. They'll be back in the future.
Yes, they will. That's just the thing with kids bowling. You know, they mature and they age and they get more experience, and this team is young. Yep. They'll be back in the future.
So the Woodland Lanes team, much like their adult counterparts here in the Adult Challenge a couple years ago, are now moving on to the semifinal round. And we'll be back right after these messages with Rich Glome interviewing the winning team, the Woodland Lanes team, and Coach Charles Kane, right here on Bowling Showcase.
Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth in Michigan. The championship events for this season include the Women's Championship beginning in February in Lansing, the Open Championship beginning in January in Grand Blanc, and the Youth Championship beginning in March in Granville and Comstock Park. These events are open to all members of the association based on gender and membership. Other events for higher average bowlers include the Youth Masters in November in Battle Creek, the Queens in April in Sanford, the Senior Masters for those over 50 in March, and Masters in April, both in Battle Creek. Pepsi Youth events take place in your league, with qualifiers advancing to the state finals in May in Troy and Sterling Heights. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
And welcome back. We had another exciting match, and we're happy to say that the Woodland team has made it to the semifinals. What a great match. Coach, what do you think was the key to the success today with your team?
I think our team has a lot of great chemistry. They bowl well together. They're friends on and off the lanes, and I think that translated today.
Absolutely. Some really good strike shots out there, some really good talent. I want to thank you all for being a part of our bowling showcase this year, and congratulations. Good luck in the semifinals.
Thank you.
Okay, so the bowling showcase, we nearly had a 200 game.
Yes.
So 199-148, the Woodland Lanes team beat the Merri Bowl Pin Crushers. So Woodland now advances to the semifinals. We got one more match in the next round, in the first round, I should say. It'll be in 2 weeks. It'll be 5-star, which is a pretty strong team,
they
the way I saw on paper.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Against the Thunderbolt Lanes team.
I haven't seen the Thunderbolt team much, so I'm not sure what they'll bring to us, but it'll be a good match.
So
I'm
we'll
sure
just see. It'll be exciting. That will wrap up round one, and then we'll be into the semifinals. We hope you're enjoying this Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. We love bringing it to you. Thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to all the bowling centers that put teams in. It's great, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
On Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge.